Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3-Day Weekend System. And I'm glad to be here each and every week to do these lives. I call them Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. And as you can see, I am at an airport now. So I am recording this live because I still want to do them. So I'm traveling to an industry conference, and it looks like the airport is under construction here. But anyway, right? We still go on. So I do these lives for a couple of reasons. And the first reason is for you to be able to shift your perspective, look at your business from that 30,000-foot view. Because as auto shop owners, we're so caught up in the day to day that we don't always have time to do that. The second is for you to be able to take one action item away each and every week, because that's where the magic is. You can listen to me, you can listen to somebody else, but really the magic is in the doing. So consistently, I give you an action item each and every week. A common question I get asked is, Marianne, who do you work with? And I work with single location auto shop owners. These are people that I really admire and respect. They have the drive, they have the grit needed, but sometimes they get stuck in an earlier stage of business and they've reached milestones, they've reached successes, but they feel like they're going 24/7 and they want to have a life. So that's where I come in and I help. They want to have a life without sacrificing their business. So let's get started. This week, the topic is top auto shop problems. So these are problems that top auto shop face, and they're not the same as what a lot of shops will face. And why do top shops not have the same issues, right? Why don't they struggle the same way that others do or have the same problems? So what happens is when you look at industry events, when you look at publications, you're going to see a lot of in the news about the big three challenges, the top three challenges. One of them is tech shortages. Another one is parts, right? The pricing, they've really gone up. And a lot is the new technology in vehicles. And those seem to be common for a lot of people. But if you're in this growth minded owner role, right? If that's how you think, those aren't your biggest hurdles. So I want to talk about the real ones, the real hurdles, the challenges that the top shops face. Because here's the thing, if you're a top shop, you look at your business very, very differently. So the first one is letting go of control without losing quality. That's a huge one. So I want to give you an example. An example would say a service advisor can explain better pricing than you. They can actually take that pricing and they can explain it to a customer better than you can if you train them and you trust them. You put systems and processes into place, you give them resources that allows them to be able to do that. You want to be able to let them shine. The next one is being profitable and present. So the idea here is you can actually have a life and avoid burnout, but your business can still be profitable. And you do that with clear expectations and tracking, right? What gets tracked, gets measured. We can go in and we can see how we're doing. And everyone knows what those expectations are. So the team also knows what winning looks like. For each role in your business, they know very clearly, they know what's involved with their role and what's being measured. So they actually know, what the score is and what it looks like to win. They know when they've had a great day and they know when they haven't. And they have it in their control to change that. They're not waiting on someone else. They actually have that responsibility. And the third one is staying unstoppable when things are fine. This is all about complacency. And a lot of times a shop will reach a certain level, things seem to be going well. But what happens is when you get complacent, it really is a killer of progress. The shop gets stagnant or business plateaus, or some owners will even tell me that they feel stuck. There's no growth. So the idea here is what you want to do is you want to keep growing. You want to get inspired. You want to find that inner motivation. So the idea here is those three are very, very different. We want to be letting go of control without losing quality. So we're no longer micromanaging. The idea is being profitable and being present. So you don't have to be there. Your team is actually empowered and they can really make good decisions. So whether it's your health that you have to take care of, you want to allow yourself to go on a vacation, doesn't always have to be an emergency that you leave for. You could actually take time for yourself, right? That's important. And then the third one again is you're staying unstoppable. You're still growing. Even when you're reaching a plateau, you notice it and you realize that you want to get to the next level and you want to help your team get there. So which one of these three is the toughest for you right now? Think about it. You want to put it in the chat, put it in the chat. Even though this is a recording because I'm traveling, I will respond to all. And think about it. The idea for me really, when I was in this stage, was I realized in our shop, because I still am a shop owner, I've been one since 1999. The difference for me is I wanted to become dispensable. I wanted my business to be separate from me. And I feel very fortunate to have an amazing team. So when I decided that I wanted to become dispensable, that made all of the difference in my business because I started thinking that way. I started looking at ways to empower them to put better systems and processes in place, automate the things that we could, use the shop management software to the fullest, because I find that most people are only using a very, very small percentage of what it can actually do, what it's capable of. So I found that to be really inspiring and it motivated me to become dispensable. So each week I give you an action item for the week. Pick one area where you're still the bottleneck and hand it off with clear expectations. Okay, be there for support because it's something new that you're handing off, but watch your team step up. It's amazing what they will do if you give them the resources, the support, and the training. And lastly, I always leave you with a pro thinking tip. So when something feels like it's a people problem, because a lot of times people will come to me with what they think is a people problem, ask yourself, is it really a leadership or a clarity problem? Because here's what will happen. The answer will shift how you think about it and how you handle it. It really does make a difference. So the best shops have different challenges, but that's really good news because it means that you're ready for the next level. So that's it for this week's Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. I'm glad you're here. Again, this is a recording because I am not in my office today. I'm traveling. If you find this valuable, please share it with another shop owner. This is a very giving group, and I know that everyone is very supportive. So that's it for this week, and have an enjoyable day. Thanks for being here.